The Gandhi Peace Prize for the year 2002 is to be conferred on the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan by the Honorable President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, founded on November 7, 1938, nearly a decade before India's independence. It got the blessings of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, as well as the stalwarts of the freedom movement. The Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has grown from small beginnings into a comprehensive all-India intellectual, cultural and educational movement. The Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan was founded by Kulpati Dr. K.M. Munshi with a goal to reintegrate Indian culture. Dr. Munshi conceived the Bhavan as an adventure in faith, a faith in India's past, present and future, as well as a faith in the people of India and its unending rich cultural heritage. The Bhavan believes that we must be modern in our outlook, but at the same time, we must have a link with the best of values of our ageless culture. The Bhavan is thus open to people belonging to all religions and communities, for it believes that there are elements in all cultures which transcends all barriers and knits people together. Its ideal, the world is one family, and its motto, let there be noble thoughts coming to us from all sides. The former President of India and the current President of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, R. Venkataraman, talks about the social contributions that the Bhavan has made to Indian society.
Movement for national liberation created in the minds of the Indian people a pride in their past, their heritage, their Vedas, their Upanishads and so on. Dr. Munshi had conceived of this idea of having an institution which will revive our ancient heritage, which will also put a bridge to the present, and then from that bridge from present to the future. Started in a small way, the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan now has grown into very huge proportions. I should say this is one of the largest non-government organization in India today. One of the things that we were able to do at that time was to start education in Sanskrit and then in the Vedas, Upanishads and so on. That is one of the things. The second thing we did was to have a large number of schools of standard 12, and then you see prepare them for their higher education. We started institutions like the management schools, colleges, and then we had diploma courses in journalism, advertisement, then in public relations, and all kinds of openings which are now available for the young men. We also extended our activities in the field of our computer. We have established a number of computer centers in India, and the one good feature about our computer education is that the weaker sections are given free education in computer applications. It was a sort of a missionary work which the society was doing, the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan society was doing. It had made such a great impression on the people in London that Fenner Brockway, who was one of the staunch Gandhians and a great friend of Gandhiji in his days, he donated 60,000 pounds for the development of our Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. Recently, the Millennium Commission of United Kingdom, they have granted 5,22,000 pounds to the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan for infrastructure development. I mean, I am citing this to show how much those people value the service which is being rendered by the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. We have published under the Book University scheme 1,500 titles so far. And we have sold more than 2 crores of copies of these books. One example that will strike everybody is that Rajaji's work on Mahabharata and Ramayana has been sold over 1 million copies. This is the first time that any Indian publisher ever got the target of 1 million copies being sold. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has as its objective the spreading of Gandhian idealism, not only within the country but in the entire world. We always talk of the word Gandhian ideas, Gandhian thoughts and so on. In fact, it can be summarized in 2-3 words. Gandhiji stood for peace. Gandhiji stood for harmony. Gandhiji stood for eradication of poverty. Gandhiji was preaching that all religions are equal. This has a great effect on international cooperation. If all countries would follow Gandhian principles of solving their disputes by negotiations, discussions and by the normal process, then there will be no wars, no violence and so on. The Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan tries to carry this message of non-violence, ahimsa, to all parts of the globe, so that you see it in a sense carries on Gandhian ideology even after his death. And second thing is, you see, Gandhiji preached that all souls are the same, that there is no distinction between the soul in one person and another. In fact, he was only preaching the well-known principle of Advaita. But he put it in a way in which people can understand. And that way we are following. The aim of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is to see that we achieve during our lifetime the grand idea of universal peace, harmony and happiness.
Dr. P.C. Alexander, the former governor of Maharashtra and currently a member of the Rajya Sabha, lets us know what he thinks.
Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has been the product of the vision of a great man. I am referring to Kulapati K.M. Munshi. What Munshiji had in view and what the Bhavan has in view is not culture in the limited sense of the term. We often think that by culture we should mean music or dance, drama or literature or architecture, art, sculpture, whatever it is. They are no doubt manifestations of culture, manifestations of the excellence of the mind, and we call that definitely as part of culture. But the Bhavan's focus was not on these things, because there are other agencies which were responsible for spreading the message of culture in that limited context. We were thinking in terms from the very beginning in the Bhavan of culture based on the uniqueness of our philosophy. In fact, it is the concept of universality of truth and unity of God, which I would describe as the basic thesis of our culture or basic ingredient of our culture, which the Bhavan stands for. It is this particular aspect of the Vedas and the Upanishads that had attracted the Western scholars like Emerson or Max Muller and others. They were in the search of finding out the real truth in a philosophical sense. And they had only questions but no answers. And when they discovered the Vedas and the Upanishads, first through translated text and later through access to the original text, they found that all the questions they had in mind had their answers in these great books. And that is why they took so much interest in spreading the gospel of Indian culture to the world outside. And even at that time, sorry to say this, our people were not aware of what the Westerners had started understanding about our culture. And that prompted K.M. Munshi to make a conscious effort through an organization and spread this message all over the country, and from our country all over the world. And that is what the Bhavan stands for. The concept of tolerance, respect for all religions, the acceptance that there is no exclusiveness in our religion, in Indian religion, for truth. All these things are the precious legacies which have strengthened our civilizational heritage. And the trend seems to be to go back to the days of ignorance as they were days of the 17th, 18th centuries in India, where people had lost sight of what was meant to be the real culture. That's why I say that today the relevance of Bhavan is greater than at any time. And we in the Bhavan family really feel very, very happy and proud that we have been the recipient of the most prestigious prize in India offered to institutions or individuals, namely the Gandhi Prize.
Dr. L.M. Singhvi, member of the Rajya Sabha.
The idea of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan some 65 years ago was an idea which had the blessings of Mahatma Gandhi. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan represents today that message of Indian civilization, and that is what makes us proud of its achievements, its accomplishments, and the unfolding vision, the flowering vision of Dr. Munshi, not only in India but around the world. Throughout the world, if defenses of peace are to be constructed in the minds of men, women and children, it is Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and its message which will have an abiding value. It is the eternal message of India for peace, justice and goodwill. In a sense, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's 7 very active international centers, and some of them very active in the countries in which they function, have been the great cultural embassies of India. That people respond to Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan because of the eternal verity and authenticity of this institute of India's cultural heritage. As the tradition says, Sa Vidya Ya Vimuktaye, Bharatiya Vidya is meant to emancipate, to liberate, to blaze new trails and to provide new solutions to old problems. The problems of peace, the problems of justice and the problems of goodwill among men can only be resolved if the message of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan becomes universal and universally accepted. I think that is the task which the founder of the Bhavan had set for us, and that is the task which is being fulfilled. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam has been the message of India, and Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the message of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan.
The director of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in New Delhi, Sri J. Veera Raghavan, talks about the Gandhian principles which form the basis for the Bhavan.
It is a great privilege to serve Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, founded by Kulapati K.M. Munshi. It has quite appropriately received the Gandhi Peace Prize, as Bharatiya Vidya enshrines the ideals for which Gandhi stood and fought for all his life. Bharatiya Vidya, as Munshi defined it, is complete education, covers all aspects of man from cradle to the grave and even beyond. As in contrast to this, modern education deals only with body, mind and intellect. Bharatiya Vidya does not neglect these aspects but goes beyond all these and asks the question of man's existence, purpose, aim and his future. It is a great contribution to human civilization, and it is our proud privilege to carry forward this great legacy of K.M. Munshi.
Let's now hear what the Executive Secretary of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in Mumbai, Sri Dastur, has to say.
Fundamental goals of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan was set by its founder, Dr. K.M. Munshi, who was a freedom fighter and a great constitutional father of India. These goals were based on Gandhian principles of Sarva Dharma Sambhav, of peace, of love, of compassion, etc. One has to rise above the barriers of caste and creed and religion and language and even nationality. You have to rise above them and see a human being as a human being. That was the basic concept, out of which comes love, tolerance, affection, etc., etc. And that's what Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has been doing, has striving to do for all these past 65 years. In Bombay and Chennai, these Sarva Dharma Maitri Yatras were organized, where religious leaders from all communities, Hindu, Muslim, Jains, Buddhists, Sikhs, participated. They were the leaders of these yatras for peace and harmony. And all the top dignitaries of the cultural and educational world of India participated in that yatra, which had a very beautiful effect to improve the communal situation in both the cities. We also, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan also runs a Sadachar Bharati based on the principles of Mahatma Gandhi to spread the values of correct public life, character building process in the human beings. That's what Sadachar Bharati is trying to do. It also has separate wings of arts and culture for classical music, classical dances, drama and other performing arts. So these are the educational A of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan.
Shri M.V. Kamath, Chairman of the Prasar Bharati, puts forth his views on the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan.
It's a great institution. It has been doing some remarkable work, and it eminently deserves what it has now been given. Its activities are all over the world, and especially India. Let me read out for you some of the facts about this institution. It has a network presently of 115 kendras all over India. Additionally, it has 6 kendras abroad in London, New York, Mexico City, Durban, Sydney and Lisbon. It runs 89 schools, 10 colleges and 40 postgraduate part-time courses. And in all, it runs 315 constituent institutions, a veritable educational empire. It also holds classes in music, dance, drama, and is a pioneer in propagating Indian culture throughout India and in many centers abroad. This must be the only organization which starts its proceedings with prayers from all religions. I have never seen, never come across any other institution which does so.
Shri G.S. Negi, the principal of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in New Delhi, speaks of the value-based educational systems of the Bhavan.
Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's school's education is modelled after the basic educational philosophy of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan given by Dr. K.M. Munshi. His emphasis on formative education and that of the beautiful blending of the Eastern tradition and the modern approaches to education is the basis for all of us to work. Our emphasis has been to inculcate the values among the children, for the values ultimately bring up the personality. The values which are given to us by the India's cultural heritage is one of the important aspects. We have Sarvadharma prayer as a regular part of our daily prayers. We also familiarize children about the cultures of various communities, the literature of different languages in our country. We also have the provision in our schools for children, education of the children with special needs. And we make it a point to expose our children to the various problems and also the possibilities that the country has. Our children are inducted in the leadership with their basic faith in our culture and beautiful national perspective for the future.
During its more than 6 decades of existence, the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has blossomed into an ever-growing, voluntary, apolitical national movement with an international outlook dedicated to life, literature and culture. We would like to congratulate the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan on receiving the Gandhi Peace Prize for the year 2002 and hope that they continue to do human service in the fields of art, literature, culture and moral values.